Steve from S&I Blue Collar Gun Reviews. We're gonna go out on a limb here and start doing some stuff. We've been doing a garden this year here in Texas and getting some good produce here. These are some cucumbers bringing in. They're starting to come in real good, and of course, like every year, everybody's always overwhelmed with these. They're zucchini, and we're also getting a lot of summer squash and some green beans and stuff. And we've been doing two things with them. We've been just slicing them up with this little $3 slicer that I got from a yard sale, and we've been dehydrating and freezing with this vacuum sealer that I picked up off of eBay. It's a food saver, and you know, it's a great way to do it. It's like, in fact, the freezer out in the wash house is the whole bottom half of it's already full of vegetables, and we're looking at July. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I do here real quick. I've already scrubbed all these vegetables, and I usually do one vegetable at a time. I don't, you know, I'll do the cucumbers, then I'll package them or dehydrate them, however I'm going to do those. So I'm going to do cucumbers first, then I'll do those zucchinis, and we're going to see if you guys like this stuff from S&I. You know, we really feel that we should all be prepared and, you know, have stuff put away. So that's the reason we're kind of doing this, showing people that it's really pretty simple. If a old guy like me can do it, any of you guys can do it. So like I said, I've already set this up at about 1/4 inch. So that's the good slices. They dehydrate well, and they also fit in those vacuum sealer bags pretty well, and you know, save space. So let's do some slicing of these cucumbers, and then I will go ahead and show you setting one up on the dehydrator, and then I'll show you vacuum sealing, and we'll let you guys comment in the comments below, see if you guys think S&I should keep doing this stuff. Appreciate it, and here we go. Take that first one and get that in, set it aside. I have a plate down here, of course, to catch my slices, and then I'll set them up in this plastic bowl as the plate gets full. So just stand by, and I'm going to cut 3 of them up real quick. See, but how easy this is with this slicer. It's much more consistent, and it saves a whole lot of time on your hands. You know, don't hurt your cutting boards, all that. This slicer is just, it's an amazing little thing. I got it for $3 at a yard sale. So you can pick them up at, you know, secondhand stores. You can pick them up new on eBay. They're just a little meat slicer, and it works great for vegetables too. So I'm going to go ahead and get these done so this video doesn't take forever. Probably won't show you all of the slicing. You know, we'll cut some of that out. But see how fast this is going? Look at that. You know, nice consistent slices that will just dehydrate well and or vacuum seal well. So like I said, if an old guy like me can do it, any of you guys can do it. It's just smart in today's economy and what's going on to go ahead and, you know, store up your own. If you got a place to have a garden, I would recommend you do it, because it's really not that hard. Little water. We've been getting so much water here in Texas. I haven't had to water, and just getting out there and, you know, watering every once in a while and making sure the weeds aren't overrunning your vegetables, because that'll get hectic too. So there's that end again. We'll set that off over the side, because we also have a compost pile out back here that we'll use for fertilizer in the next year or so. Look how fast this happens. This is just awesome. You got to be real careful when it gets to the end. You don't want to cut yourself, and the way these little slicers move, it'll cut you in a heartbeat. So I haven't done it yet, but just be careful. Wear a glove if you want, or something on that hand you're feeding it with, or, you know, but just be careful, because don't want to see anybody get hurt. But I would recommend this using one of these little slicers, much overdoing it by hand and cut. Because like I said, it's a consistency thing and a speed thing, you know. Careful, and there we go. Okay, so all our cucumbers are already all cut up. That was 3 of them, and I'll show you how many slices we got. It's a pretty good deal here. So there they are. Like I said, nice even slices, real consistent. And that's, look how big that bowl is, and that's full. So I'm gonna show you these 2 big old zucchinis we got here, and I usually like to get them a little sooner than this, but my zucchinis are so big, these were hidden away because they start, you know, this isn't too bad, but when they start getting this big, the flavor's gone, they taste a little woody and stuff. So usually like to get them a little smaller than this, about 2/3 the size of this. So here we go. I'm going to slice this up, and like I said, we'll get everything sliced. Then I'll show you some vacuum sealing for the freezer and also some dehydration, setting it up in the dehydrator. I got a little 4-shelf Excalibur I also got off of eBay for like $30, $20. It was real cheap. So we'll do that, and I'll show you some examples of stuff I've already dehydrated. And the cool thing about dehydrating some of this stuff is you can get like noodles, ramen noodles and stuff like that, and package these things up in Mylar and or vacuum sealer bags, put a little bouillon, and make a soup thing, you know, a little soup mix. And those are great prep things, you know, to put away and stash away, because shelf life on it's going to be almost indefinite. I know people say 3 to 5 years, whatever, but you know, it may not be the best tasting, but if you're in a pinch, it'll probably work for you and get something in your stomach. So let's cut up these zucchinis. Okay, and again, slicing this stuff for consistency's sake and time's sake. It's like, it would take me 10 minutes to go ahead and cut one of these zucchinis this big. So, you know, there it is, man. It's, phew. I love my little $3 meat slicer. You know, all you got to do is just make sure they're clean, nothing gets on the blade, because if you get something stuck on the blade or something, it tends to start tearing the fruit. So you don't want that, the fruit or vegetables. And so you want nice even slices. And like I said, we got so much yellow squash that I just can't stand it. You know, it's, my wife did figure out a great recipe, and maybe if you guys want, we'll show you that, where you take a sweet cornbread mix, a little garlic salt, a little pepper, bread up that summer squash, deep fry it, and it's like so yummy. You know, we got that idea from a friend of ours, and it's worked out quite well, because I was never much of a squash fan, so it works, and I've been eating squash.